Joining us now to dig a little further into this is Tony Thurmond, the California State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Thank you very much for being with us again. Your state has it all: rural communities, farm communities, the biggest urban centers. How are you finding the reactions from different districts to these guidelines? Can they live up to them?
Andrea, it's like you would expect. With 79% of our schools still in remote learning environments, I think some are encouraged by the new CDC guidelines as a path to open, but many, including those who have underlying health conditions, are still very worried. We're prioritizing getting vaccines to our teachers, but there just isn't enough supply. And so we're looking into this data, but still we're urging caution for everyone to make sure that we can keep people safe.
What have you learned about the impact, especially in low-income communities, about the stress, the mental effects, the isolation, lack of internet access in many communities for these children, especially younger children?
Let's face it, education was never built to be delivered in an exclusively remote environment. And so we are experiencing challenges adapting to the need to be where we are. I give great credit to our educators and our students. They've been incredibly resilient under the most difficult times. First, the pandemic, then fires, watching, the killing of George Floyd and acts of racism, just so many things that have occurred. But we have to continue to do what we can to preserve life. And I think everything that we're seeing is showing that this is the toughest challenge that we're ever going to face in our lifetime. There are no easy answers. Even when the data comes out, the reality is we have many counties in California that still have very high rates of COVID transmission rates. We need robust COVID testing. We need vaccines and PPE to help us move forward. And as you've mentioned, we still have 1 million students who don't have access to high-speed internet. And that's why this week we're continuing our efforts to launch our Innovation Challenge. It's $1 million cash prize to someone who can help us solve the broadband gap. And we hope that some researcher or innovator out there will follow our work on this Innovation Challenge and help us close the digital divide once and for all.
And where do you come down as an educator on the relative risks of children and teachers being subjected to COVID versus staying at home, the isolation of being at home?
I think that the CDC guidelines give us a reason to have some hope. They show us a path on how to get open, and they talk about, wearing masks and maintaining social distance. But I think we have to also just continue to be cautious. And as a parent, I'm cautious and I have questions. Can this be done? What does this mean for people with underlying health conditions? Let's just face it, we've never done this before. And so my conversation with state leaders is, how do we get as much COVID testing to our schools as possible? How do we accelerate getting the vaccine to educators? To me, those are the keys to being able to do what the CDC guidelines say. We're doing all that we can. I still think we have to proceed with caution. We have counties where we've seen 1 in 3 kids come to school who are asymptomatic and positive for COVID. But if we can get rapid testing to our schools where we can have results in 15 minutes, where we have vaccines, we know that this can happen. And, of course, for the mental health of our kids and the well-being of everyone, we have to give it a try. I just think we have to be safe and follow the science to help us guide our efforts in doing so.
Are you seeing a lessening of the number of tests that are available as the pressure is on to get more people vaccinated? Because sometimes some of the same people who were doing testing are now being pressed into service to vaccinate.
Unfortunately, President Trump promised that we'd have widespread vaccine available by December, and that just didn't happen. And I think he's failed us, I'll be honest with you. He threatened our nation to say schools should open or they'd lose funding. Instead, I'm grateful that we have President Biden, who's accelerating efforts to ramp up the vaccine. That's what we need more than anything. I think people are still taking advantage of COVID testing, but now people are saying we've got to have the vaccine. They're concerned as they watch that we still have communities that are in deep, rates of transmission. We went from having 0 ICU bed capacity just a few weeks ago to having a little bit more. And I think people have to not assume that means it's safe. We simply went from extreme to now just dangerous and critical, but we have to be cautious And so now we're putting all of our efforts into getting more COVID testing, as you said, and everything that we can do to get the vaccine distributed to educators and to those who are in the highest risk categories.
Well, Tony Thurmond, thank you so much for taking the time for us. I know you've got a busy schedule as the California State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Thanks to you.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.